Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Tips for actors. I thought I'd give you a tip about auditioning because that's where it all begins. And I personally went through a phase where I was quite anxious about auditioning, and I decided that I had to change that. So I will tell you what I did and how I made myself become excited to audition. So when I was in my early career, I used to get quite anxious about auditioning. And it would just happen automatically, you know. I would just get an audition and very quickly the excitement would be replaced by this sense of dread and anxiety. And I kind of realised it was because in my mind, I very quickly would automatically put an audition in the same kind of mind space that I would put a dentist appointment or an exam, which obviously would lead to, you know, just automatic. I put it into a space that was filled with anxiety and trepidation automatically. So I'm not sure what in my early kind of experience as an actor made that happen, but I think it's common for a lot of people that we end up doing that without realising it. So I figured that was probably quite fixable, and as it turned out, it was. All I did was I gave a little bit of thought about my entire opinion about acting and the various spaces that actors work in, and I realised very quickly that you've got an audition space, which is one space that an actor goes to. Then you've got a rehearsal space. Then you have the theatre and you have the set. And I realised that the rehearsal space and the theatre and the set were all places that I put into a mental space that was full of excitement and confidence. I happily felt that those were spaces that I'm desperate to get to. And more importantly, spaces that I am completely capable of performing well in and making a good impression in. I have the skills and the capabilities to perform well in those spaces. So then it seemed obvious to me that the audition room should be the same. So for about 2 months, I just made sure whenever I got an audition, I didn't just allow it to go into the dentist exam space. I consciously thought about it being in the other space with the other 3 spaces that I'm already confident to go into. And I just made it be one of those spaces. So now I have 4 spaces where I feel that I am designed, trained, and quite capable of performing in with confidence. And they are the audition space, the rehearsal space, the stage, and the set. They are as an actor, they are my natural environments. Why would I be nervous about being in any of those environments? It makes no sense. And it was really easy. It was a really easy trick, and it transformed my auditioning. You know, it made me eager to go to an audition. And also because I saw it as the first step of those rooms. Ultimately, you want to get on the stage or on the set, and the audition is the first room, and then you get the rehearsal room, and then the set or the stage. And it was an easy trick, and it worked, and I became a much more confident auditioner. I became excited about auditioning. I went a little bit further as well, and I kind of started telling myself that the audition space, irrespective of who I was auditioning for or which auditioning house it was at, was always the same space. It's my space. It's a sandbox room that I invite people into so that I can show off, really. And sometimes that virtual space is at Spotlight. Sometimes it's one of the other casting houses. It doesn't matter. It's always the same virtual space. It's my space. It's the sandbox space that I've created where I'm able to go in and show people what I can do. And that helped as well. It's a simple visualization technique, but I called it my room. It's my room, which goes against the kind of, I think the practicality of the fact that we are called into these rooms by other entities puts us at a disadvantage. So by now thinking about it as it's always my room, and it's just different people that I've invited into my room. So then I would go to castings confident because initially I was seeing the whole audition process as a positive thing now, because I've moved it from exam to the same as theatre or stage or rehearsal. And then secondly, I was now seeing it as my room. I've invited these people into my room, and I'm now going to show them what I can do. A third tip was just to always be prepared as well. If you go into any situation unprepared, it doesn't have to be an audition, it can be anything. If you're unprepared, you're going to be nervous, you're going to know you're unprepared, and you know that you're blagging slightly. So the more preparation you can do for your audition is that final trick on the day of the audition. Be as prepared as you possibly can. And with those 3 things, with a different mindset to where you put auditions in your mind, The idea that it's your room and you can't wait to get in there and show these people what you can do, and on the day being prepared. Armed with those three things, there's no reason for any of us to have any trepidation whatsoever about auditioning, and in fact we should be chomping at the bit to get in that room and show what we can do. Good luck.